Okay, everyone, we're joined by our race winners. Kevin Harvick, driver number 29 Shell Pennzoil Chevrolet, crew chief Gil Martin. In a few minutes, Richard Chidress, the team owner, will join us. Guys, you win the race, still lead the points, and you've made the chase. Pretty good day. Maybe get some openers from each of you, then we'll go to the media. Kevin?
Yeah, it's been obviously a great day for us, and it's really been a great weekend all around, and a great year for that fact. So it's a lot of fun to come to the racetrack right now. Everybody's really doing a great job of not only just continuing to press, but to put better things on the racetrack and put things together correctly and just do a great job at the shop. So that's really all you can ask for right now, is just to have a chance. You're going to have the flat tires, you're going to have the miscues, you're going to have stuff happen, and it's just a matter of how you rebound. And today we didn't have to do anything. So we were able to take advantage of a really fast race car and put it where it was supposed to be, and that's in victory lane. So it's a good day.
Gil?
Yeah, I mean, today was a great day for us for more than one reason. I mean, the season's gone so well from last year to where we've come to now, but to come to Michigan and to be able to run like we did today after the way we've run here, frankly, for the past 3 years, this shows how far that the organization has come as a whole. And not to mention the fact that Kevin did a great job today running the high line all day long. It takes a lot to do that here, and to make that happen, and just everything that happened in the pits today, and the engines and the cars, I can't say enough about the whole organization.
All right, questions for our race winners. Raise your hand. We'll come around. We'll start with Tom, Don, and then Lee, and then over here to Mike.
Tom Jensen, Speed.com. Congratulations, guys. You guys have been pretty much been great everywhere this year. There really hasn't been any weak spots. You've been good on road courses, super speedways, intermediate tracks, short tracks. How come you're the one team that hasn't stumbled anywhere and doesn't have any weak spots in your game now?
Well, I think it's a lot like we talked on Friday. I think that the quality control that we have at the shop is really good as far as analyzing the parts and making sure that the cars are within the tolerances, and in the wind tunnel, the guys are doing a great job of making sure the numbers are where they need to be as to what Gil thinks they should be for me to drive. So, it's just I think the quality control and the people touching the cars right now are doing a good job of making sure that the right stuff is leaving the shop, and that's really what these cars are all about.
Kevin, Don Coble with the Florida Times-Union. You mentioned that today and the next couple of weeks is really vacation. Almost like a vacation. Besides Victory Lane, where else do you go on vacation?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to embarrass myself at the PGA Tour event this week in Greensboro. So at the Wyndham Championship, we have our Foundations golf tournament tomorrow morning. So hopefully I don't hit too many. Hopefully I don't hit anybody. But this will be a fun week. I've become good friends with Jason Gore, and so to see those guys play is going to be a lot of fun, and hang out with them for a week is home is like a vacation, but that's what we're going to do this week.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Can you talk about what kind of a testament this is to Richard Chidress and how you guys have rebuilt this organization in the last year? And 20 years ago was the last time that a Chidress car went to Victory Lane. What were you doing at that point?
Well, I told him a story today on the post-race. The first time I came to Michigan was 1999, and we announced our AC Delco sponsorship, and that was the first time that I actually had met Earnhardt. And I walked up in the lounge. Richard's like, "Come on up in the lounge," and you walk in, and Earnhardt's changing. And he looks at you like, "Who the hell are you?" And so I sat down in the lounge and just kind of didn't really have much to say, and then we went out and watched the race, and to see all the people, I stood, and I think we were in the last pit stall that day, and just watched the race and watched Earnhardt, I think, race for at the front that day, and just took it all in. So that was a pretty cool moment, just to get to spend some time with those guys, and just I'll remember that first day for a long time, just because it was something that everybody doesn't get to do every day. So but to come here and win is like Gil said, is great for RCR, just for the fact that this hasn't been our best racetrack, and whether it's our cars have run good here before, but I hadn't run good, and the last couple times we've really committed ourselves to driving in different spots on the racetrack and doing different things from inside the car, and trying to manage the practice as well as we can to not fool ourselves. So I think last time we fooled ourselves at the first race, and I think we did a good job of managing that this weekend. as far as where to run in practice.
And Childress, rebuilding the company over the last year?
You can speak more to that, Gil.
I mean, the commitment that Richard's given us all, as far as whether it's financial support, moral support, equipment, everything that we've got right now, as far as I'm concerned, there's not a better place to be right now as far as things that are going on, as far as technology in the sport. I think we're on the cutting edge on a lot of things that's going on there right now, and without his commitment and his drive and just being the racer that he is, I don't think that we would be at the level that we are right now, especially not rebounding from where we were last year to be here right now. Just is a testament to how hard everybody's worked and the commitment that's been made.
All right, we're joined by team owner Richard Chidress. May you give us some opening thoughts about this great day, and then we'll go back to our questions.
Well, I'm just really proud of our whole organization, and to come up here and win with in Detroit for in Michigan for GM, and to win in that Chevy Impala just is big for us. And it's like I said, it's been 20 years, I think, since RCR's won. Kevin almost had to race one here several years ago, and we broke a distributor. I don't know if you remember that, but I can remember that one. But we've had some really good runs, but to be able to put it together today, Kevin, he's figured out how to make this thing work in the groove. He's got his own groove and better than anyone, and he gets a lot of credit for today too. Gil did a great call. 2 tires.
Yeah, Kevin, Mike Brudenell from the Detroit Free Press. You seem to be a better driver now than perhaps at any time of your career. Any reason, or maybe that's wrong, but you look very comfortable, more mature out there.
Well, it's just like living everyday life. I think as you get older, you get to experience more things. As you race more, you get to experience more things and go through situations and understand how the world turns. And I think, I've learned to relate it to everyday life. And when you talk about this particular subject, just for the fact that that's the truth. I mean, you learn how to deal with things better, and you learn what to do, what not to do, and when to do it. So it's just, I think it's just a natural progression of listening to the people around you and trying to take everything in and learn by your mistakes to go forward. So that's really all we're doing different, and try to get away from racing during the week to take my mind off of things and relax more. So other than that, it's fun.
We have 2 questions upstairs in the press box. We'll go there now. Go ahead.
Wolfgang Munzer from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. I have a question for the crew chief, Gil Martin. Did you do any significant changes from qualifying to the race with the car?
Well, from qualifying to the race, there's quite a few changes that you make just to make a qualifying lap. But basically, we had a game plan that when we got here, what we were going to practice with and race trim for a little while on Friday, and then what we were going to do on Saturday. And we went through a couple different scenarios trying to see how the car was going to react in the sun and the clouds. And we had both situations on Saturday, and we kind of had an idea of what we were going to do. And luckily, this is one of the weekends that a lot of preparation, a good game plan, and our engineering staff, the simulation that they did, a lot of that stuff played out good this weekend.
Go ahead upstairs with another.
Monty Dutton, Gaston Gazette, and I guess this is directed for Kevin, but Richard or Gil may want to answer it. But you're on the verge of making a sponsor announcement. You've been leading the points all year, but you've now won 2 of the last 6 races when neither Hamlin or Johnson has won any of those 6 races. And the chase is 3 races away. Now, can your timing be that good, or is this just a matter of getting better and better and reaching it at the right time? I mean, can you orchestrate something like that, or is it, I mean, the fact that you're so damn good at just the right time, is that an accident, or is it intentional? Or is there any reason for it?
Well, I think the reason for it is we were so damn bad last year. That's probably the reason. And I mean, for everybody to know that and work towards getting better, it all started in Indianapolis last year, and everybody in every department, and Richard was on them pretty hard along with everybody else. So I think it's just a matter of everybody was embarrassed last year, and we've really been running pretty well since probably the last 6 or 8 weeks of last year. It didn't just happen today, and one of the best things that we all went through last year was the fact that I realized that everybody didn't like losing as much as I did. and we all wanted to achieve the same goals, and when we were headed in the right direction to do those things. So I think it's just coincidental timing, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I agree. It's we got way off last year and started coming back toward the end of the year, and Kevin and I talked. We knew a lot of things we wanted to change and work on and fix, and we fixed a lot of them. And I'm just happy to have him back here for 3 more years, and we're going to be contenders for sure.
Okay, we'll continue down here. Marty, then David.
Marty Smith, ESPN. Kevin, how much more confident does a win like this at a track, as you guys have stated, you don't typically perform that well on, give you in the big picture?
Well, I think it's really been a lot of the places that we would classify places that we don't run good. We've ran as good at those places this year as we do at the short tracks and road courses and the places that you can typically count on us running good. So really the worst race we had was the first one here, and that was just because I felt like, Gil, you tell me if I'm wrong, I felt like we just made a couple mistakes in practice in the way that we practiced. It just led to some bad decisions that we made with the car over the course of the day, and we just got off and never could fix it in the race. But I think as I don't feel like there's anywhere that we go right now that our cars should be off, just for the fact that I know we've run good on every type of racetrack. So if it's off, the information that I'm giving them is not right, or I got to give them the information to lead them down the right road to get it to where it needs to be. So we can be off, but we got to be able. Our cars are all capable, no matter where we're at, to get them right.
All right, David, right here.
David Caravella, NASCAR.com. Gil, going back to the earlier points about few weaknesses and quality control, were there ever, did it ever bother you that the wins maybe didn't come with more regularity this year, as good as the cars have been? And is this sort of a validation that you guys can do this beyond restrictor plate tracks?
Well, I mean, of course, everybody wants to win every week, but the bottom line is there's a lot of good race teams out here. It's hard to win at this level. And the things that we do and the preparation that we do every week, the 33 and 31 prepares just like we do. And sometimes the breaks just don't happen like they need to, or like Kevin said, it's the road you go down on Friday and Saturday leads you into Sunday, and you've got to be extremely careful not to fool yourself on Friday leading into Saturday morning. And I think that's one of the things that we personally, as our team, has done better this year. We've prepared ourselves better for Saturday practice than we did probably last year. And I think we've also looked forward and looked back into history more and have prepared a race strategy. I think that's been better too, because I think last year we played it off the cuff a little too much on some of our decisions we made on pit road, and this year we've really looked at them before we go to the race. We have a meeting every Monday and try to replay what we think is going to happen and what has happened in the past, and that's worked out for us.
I think the other thing you have to look at too is we started out winning the Bud Shootout. The Daytona 500, circumstances, you win that. We had a chance. We were leading the race, and when the 500 miles ended, we were leaving the race when the 510 miles ended, and it just didn't work out in the end. And you go to California, and I think California should have been for sure the first win, but we hadn't won in so long that I forced the issue, and that was, for me, the best point of the year, was knowing that and remembering and telling myself you can't force winning. Winning just happens, and it comes in cycles, and those circumstances all of a sudden start going your way. And when I tried to force it at California, if I'd have waited 2 laps, I would have drove right by him, and that would have been the first win. But instead I tried to force it too soon, and that was really what got me back going on the right path as far as how to think and not force those things.